Your phone buzzes. You look. Nothing important. You look again 10 minutes later anyway. Why? You tell yourself it's a bad habit. You tell yourself you have no willpower. But the real answer is far stranger. The urge that pulls your eyes to that glowing rectangle isn't new. It's a survival circuit built over 300,000 years, and right now it's running on hardware it was never designed for. Picture an early human at the edge of tall grass. A branch cracks nearby. Does she keep walking or stop and check? The humans who checked lived longer. The humans who ignored small signals sometimes didn't come home. Natural selection wasn't rewarding calm, it was rewarding vigilance. That circuit never left. Your phone screen has become the tall grass. Every notification is a branch cracking in the distance, and your body responds with the same ancient urgency it once reserved for lions. But vigilance alone doesn't explain why checking feels good. For that, consider the neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz. In the 1990s, he tracked dopamine in monkeys trained to expect juice after a light turned on. Dopamine didn't spike most when the juice arrived. It spiked hardest in the uncertain moment just before. The anticipation was the drug, not the payoff. Now think about your phone. When you unlock it, you don't know what's waiting. That not knowing is the exact gap Schultz found, except it's happening to you dozens of times a day, and you built the device that triggers it. There's a second piece here, from a psychologist named B.F. Skinner. Studying pigeons pressing a lever, Skinner found that a steady, predictable reward produced lazy pecking. But an unpredictable reward, delivered at random, made the pigeons peck faster and more, because they could never be sure the next peck wouldn't pay off. He called it variable ratio reinforcement, and it's the most addictive reward pattern ever measured. It's the same pattern behind slot machines. Does that sound familiar? Your phone doesn't reward you every time. Sometimes there's a message, sometimes nothing. That unpredictability isn't a flaw. It's the entire engine. You are, in a real sense, a pigeon pecking a very well-designed lever. But why does this lever feel so personal? For that, we turn to anthropologist Robin Dunbar and his social brain hypothesis. Human intelligence grew large partly to track relationships. Who's trustworthy? Who's connected to whom? Being cut off from your tribe once meant losing protection, food, everything. Dunbar noted that primates groom each other constantly to maintain bonds, and argued human gossip evolved as a long-distance version of that same grooming. Your phone has become a grooming machine running at impossible speed. Every message, every comment, every heart icon says, you still belong, you're still safe inside the tribe. Ignoring it doesn't feel like ignoring an app. It feels like ignoring your own survival. So here's the twist. Checking your phone gets called a weakness, a character flaw. But look underneath. A vigilance system built to detect danger. A dopamine system built to chase uncertainty. A social system built to track your tribe. None of these are broken. They're working exactly as designed. The problem isn't that your brain is malfunctioning. It's that the modern world found the exact buttons your ancient brain has always had and started pressing them thousands of times a day. An early human might face one real signal an hour, one piece of real news a day. Your phone compresses that same trickle into a fire hose every waking minute. You're not weak. You're outmatched by a system built by people who understand your wiring better than you do. We like to think of ourselves as the most advanced species ever, scrolling infinite information with a thumb. But the reason we can't put the device down has almost nothing to do with how advanced we are. It has everything to do with how old we are. Underneath the glass, there is still a person standing at the edge of tall grass, listening for a branch to crack. So tonight, when the phone buzzes on the nightstand and your hand reaches for it before you've decided to move, notice what's really happening. It isn't the notification pulling you in. It's the branch cracking in the grass. 30,000 generations later, and your brain still hasn't gotten the message that the danger and the reward was never really there at all.